driving home. Okay, thanks. Does anyone else have any further discussion?
If not, I do have, I've outlined each different, recommended motion to kind of start that discussion, so if you want to take a look at that page.
I would like to make a motion. I can do that? Okay. I'd like to make a motion to, let me just read what your language is so that I don't get it wrong. Enter into a service agreement with Compost Crusader to provide organics collection services for Shorewood participants through 2021, with continuation of the current monthly subsidy and no subsidy for cart purchases. Anybody want a second? Okay, without a second, motion fails. Discussion or another motion?
I make a motion I move to enter into a service agreement with Compost Crusader to provide organics collection services for Shorewood participants through 2021.
Second.
And here's where I get stuck. I want to say yes, and I want to vote yes. But if the next two votes are to vote for subsidies, I don't want to say yes.
Why don't we start with the subsidies and finish with the service agreement?
I just need to take it backwards. Okay.
That's fine.
Is the board okay with withdrawing that motion?
I withdraw my motion.
Okay. All right.
So I'll move to subsidize the monthly premium payments for 2019 organics collection participants in the amount of $1.20 per month.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, seeing that, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So now
I'll move to authorize staff to purchase up to 224 carts for organics collection participants for 2019.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Just one question about that.
Sure. Trustee Crawford and then trustee Gordon.
So that is 224 additional cards.
Yes, correct. And they come in a bulk of 112, so if you're wondering why it's
Okay.
224, that's fine.
Yeah,
Per year or in total?
Just for 2019.
just for 2019.
But it's a 3-year contract.
Right, well, the reason why it's only 2019 is if we only get 100 participants,
You'll have them.
Right.
I don't want to commit to purchasing another 224 cards when we are,
So to be clear, it's not the final cost. You would come back to us, because we're in this contract and we are approving, if the next motion, if you approve the contract, you're approving up to 200 more participants a year.
yeah, it'd be through the budget process. We would, you'd basically be able to approve those carts for 2020 and 2021 by the allocation of cards.
Oh, so you would just say not, so if we didn't allocate the carts, because that's what the program entails, you just wouldn't let any more participants in? So if you got up to 200, you get to next year's budget, and we don't allocate cart money. And now 50 more people want the next year, what do you do?
We'll come to the board to discuss.
They'll have
Yeah.
to buy a cart.
But if you then approve the same funds, then there's no reason to discuss at the board then,
I
right?
just feel like
Yeah,
you're gonna be in an awkward spot, because now you have a full program going on, not a pilot, and you've authorized it for half the people and not the next half people, so it's awkward.
well, if you want to say 2020 and 2021, I'd be happy to. I just didn't know if you wanted to commit for 3 years.
Trustee Moore.
Okay, just so that 224 carts, to be very clear, that is reflected in our current budgets.
Correct.
Purchase of
Well-
all 224.
Effectively.
Mark, so if you read the memo,
I don't like that answer.
yeah, effectively, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Mark put in $12,000, because what Mark did was he took 60 multiplied by the 200 to get the 12,000, okay? The thing is, the $60 that you used is correct, but they come in a bulk of 224. So you have to take 60 times 224, so the numbers should be 13,440.
But the 60 is just an estimate.
Yeah, I think
It is, we still may only get 100 cards. That's
Unless
where
we
it's a budgetary, that's where Mark would say it's a budgetary estimate.
So
We
you
only
buy
paid
in
55 bucks.
112 is that what you buy in? I'm trying to figure out.
Yep.
Yeah, you're buying a bulk of 112. I can't buy 100, I only can buy 112.
Weird number, but
It is.
so basically, if we only had 100 participants, we could end up spending half this.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
So it's kind of a not to exceed.
Yeah, that's
Because
what,
we have a cap at 200, you can't take more than 200 new.
But if the intent for me is to, this is, when I go from a pilot to a program, and I'll just state this once and I won't say it again. Right? I know,
Second time
okay,
you
but
say
no,
it.
I just, I talk my way into it too.
I know.
So it's, but because I really feel like you're adopting a program. And when you adopt a program, if you're gonna give 200 residents a free cart and then all of a sudden go, oh, guess what? We don't believe in that anymore. It's awkward. And so, yeah, so either you're gonna subsidize these carts for 3 years, or, and then end the program, or not authorize the program again, or you're not going to subsidize the carts, and you're gonna, or anywhere in between, but I don't know, year after year, making that decision on carts, once we have a program, it's awkward.
so if you want to amend to say, if you want to get rid of Ford 2019 and just leave it as, I mean.
Through the 3-year
I mean,
contract,
you could do that too.
makes the most sense for me.
I just think like sometimes things change, like I got a free recycling card after I'd already bought a $60 recycling card, like sometimes things change, and I think that for 2019, like this is where we are and this is what we're leaning towards, like, okay, let's go for that for 2019, but in 2020, if we can't do that, then we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there, assuming that there's 200 people that are, knocking on the door to do the composting program.
Just wait till they're disappointed because their service level goes down. But yes, I totally
I'll
understand
get
that.
used to cut services by then.
Yeah.
We're
It's only a year from now. Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have any comments? Otherwise, can you just read the motion?
Yes. Trustee Menta moved to authorize the staff to purchase 224 cards for organics collection participants for 2019. Trustee McKay, second.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Motion carries 4-1. Now we take the service agreement.
I move to enter into a service agreement with Compost Crusader to provide organics collection services for Shorewood participants through 2021.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
And then just to help you with the resolution, because you committed to the payment of the carts, I would then recommend that you do 4A, which is just a fee to replace the cart. Because I think that would be something that we would want to do. If someone lost, their cart was damaged, it would be their responsibility to pay for the cart.
And $60 is the right.
Yes, it's probably just less than that, but that's a good estimate for the fee schedule.
Can I ask one other question before we move forward with that? Do we buy these carts and store them somewhere?
For those that aren't used, yes. In how we wrote in the agreements, we have to have at least 50 committed in order to put them on the plan. So when we buy in bulk, it's not like we're just buying it up front and we have 112 in storage. We're putting most of them to use right away. So the ones that we don't use then are storage at DPW.
At DPW, and I just read the consultant report and they're like, this is not, we don't have space for storage, but,
Yeah,
Okay.
there won't be many that they have.
okay.
There'll be a few.
So wait, I'm confused, what, so you have a
4A.
resolution for,
For the suggested motion under 4A on my memo.
So if they get a cart and then they need another one within the year?
Yeah, if they lose their cart at any time,
oh,
it's just a replacement fee for the cart.
The memo,
oh, okay,
what I'm looking at says the original and replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it in red?
yeah.
I had put it in red to kind of show that because I didn't know if you were gonna do a fee for the cart, right? So it would be and original if you decided to do the actual fee. So you do not want the language and original.
So
That's why I spelled it out in red. Thank you for that clarification, or for asking that. Does that make sense now?
You either put the word or not.
So.
It should not be in there.
Okay, I'll move resolution 2018-19 establishing a fee for replacement of organics collection cart. Do I have to specify to remove that language?
This question, Nathan, would you have to specify that?
So that the final says now therefore be it resolved that the village board of the village of Shorewood establishes $60 fee for the replacement of any organics collection carts.
Yeah, I think that
Okay.
would be clear so that,
Okay.
reading the.
So you got that, Sarah?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, this is a roll call vote, so, the clerk will call the roll.
Trustee Menta.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Carpenter.
Aye.
Trustee McKay.
Yes.
President Rosen.
Yes. Okay, motion carries 5-0.
Can I just make one more request on organics? Those carts get so disgusting. What would be really great is if like we could take them to be power washed or something once a year.
I think that would be a good fundraiser for.
That's seriously,
I'm saying that
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those carts are so
Maybe
gross.
we probably have a public event that we end up doing, where we have power wash.
We should also- Yeah, what to do with maggots. I can tell
Yeah, where you
stories.
you open the lid and like all these flies come out of it. Ugh,
Sure.
anyway.
Can we deduct or do we
It's
just? It's easy to.
like an ice cube tray. Dump it up. Okay. All right, let's move.
Okay, so we'll move on to 9G, which is to consider the resolution 2018 approval of location for voter registration.
So basically, this is to approve that voter registration at the village center will occur up in the activity room at the library, which it has in the past for general elections. Ideally, you have to have voter registration in the same room as people vote. So this would be authorizing that we are not in the same room as people are voting. So it has been done in the past, but this is what needs to be done in order to do that.
Is the activity room that meeting room, like in between the children's section?
Correct.
Okay.
And is this, are we gonna, this doesn't contain moving our location for like what? does it?
No, this has nothing to do with Lake Bluff, and it does very much come at the request of the poll workers at this location, so, because it can get quite congested otherwise.
I'll move to adopt resolution 2018-18, approval of location for voter registration.
Second.
Any further discussion? Just one question, what, I just don't know, has there ever been a downfall to that, separating the two?
No, not that I've heard in the past,
Just a
so,
change.
yeah.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Trustee Menta?
Yes.
Trustee Warren?
Aye.
Trustee Carpenter?
Aye.
Trustee McKay?
Aye.
President Rosen?
Yes. Motion carries 5-0, thank you. We'll move on to
9H.
9H, consider resolution 2018-17. Okay, ordering the state legislature to close the dark store tax loopholes. Winner. Rebecca.
In light of our recent conversation this evening, we bring to you a resolution for the board's approval to support the effort.
I'll
Okay,
move to adopt resolution 2018-17, urging the state legislature to close dark store tax loopholes.
any discussion? The only discussion I would have is, can we show the video at a future, doesn't have to be urgent, but at a future board meeting?
Sure.
Remember we talked about that, and then also, just for the board's awareness, the ICC, our organization that we belong to in the region, is urging, along with the league, that every municipality pass a referendum. West Dallas just passed theirs, 92% voted to close the loophole, and it's just to bring awareness to the residents, small businesses, to put pressure onto the legislature, and I think that's the only way that we're gonna be successful in getting the law, loophole closed. And did you have any further information on that? Like,
No.
you didn't check in, okay.
It'd be a separate process too, right?
It would, we're just gonna check on the timing to see if, because it's pretty much already written up, right? And then, is it too late?
We are not doing it, so.
Okay, all right, just wanted to mention that. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Oh, sorry, roll call again.
Trustee Mendes.
Aye.
Trustee Warren.
Aye.
Trustee Carpenter.
Aye.
Trustee McKay.
Yes.
President Rosen.
Yes. Motion passes 5-0. Next item on the agenda,
Reports of village officials.
reports of village officials. Who's first, me? Yes, my report will, I have no report this time.
And Norma.
Any trustee have a report? No? Seeing none?
The HRC met last week, and is making progress on forming. They're gonna adopt subcommittees next month, forming, yes.
I think it's our fourth meeting that we had, so they developed the mission, draft gown rules, finalizing the last one. And then they've drafted the subgroups, is that correct? So 4 subgroups. And what's left, Tyler, just so people understand, just finalizing them?
Yeah,
They expressed their preferences.
They have the assignments, we have a few residents that are wanting to participate too, so that final list will be adopted, or we'll have them just
Confirmed.
confirmed at the next meeting.